Hey, shalom everyone! This is Chris Shoemaker, also known as Yehuda ben Shomer, and welcome to the Daily Drosh. Today's Daily Drosh is taken from a very familiar passage of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 13 through 26. And I'm going to be reading from the Complete Jewish Bible. It says, "For it was by one Spirit that we were all immersed into one body, whether Jews or Gentiles, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. For indeed, the body is not one, but many parts. If the foot says, 'I'm not a hand, so I'm not part of the body,' that doesn't make it stop being a part of the body. And if the ear says, 'Well, I'm not an eye, so I'm not part of the body,' that doesn't make it stop being a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, how could it hear? If it were all hearing, how could it smell? But as it is, God arranged each part of the body exactly as he wanted them. Now, if they were all just one part, where would the body be? But as it is, there are indeed many parts, yet just one body. So the eye can't say to the hand, 'Well, I don't need you,' or the head to the feet, 'I don't need you.' On the contrary, the parts of the body that seem to be less important turn out to be all the more necessary. And the parts of the body which we consider less dignified, we bestow great dignity. And the parts that aren't attractive are the ones we make as attractive as we can, while our attractive parts have no need for such treatment. Indeed, God has put the body together in such a way that he gives greater dignity to the parts that lack it, so that there will be no disagreement within the body, but rather all the parts be equally concerned for all the others. Thus, if one part suffers, all parts suffer with it. And if one part is honored, all the parts share in its happiness." So, back in the ancient times during warfare, when a foreign king was captured, a lot of times they wouldn't put him to death, but they would just basically humiliate him, and they would make him be a slave or a servant, a vassal to the king that conquered him. And what they would usually do would be cut off the big toes and cut off the thumbs of this conquered king. And this fits perfectly with what this passage is talking about. The thumb is what separates us from the animal kingdom, as you've heard it said many times, opposable thumb. We write with our thumb. We do a lot of things with our thumb that other animals can't do. So it'd be very hard to perform daily tasks without our thumbs. And did you know that your big toe is very intricate in the way you walk and in the way that you keep your balance? So basically, if you cut off your big toes, you would have to go to rehab to learn how to walk all over again and to walk properly without falling flat on your face. So, it's talking about the smallest, most undignified member, yuck, a nasty big toe. But it's important to the whole body. And if you stub your toe in the middle of the night on, the ottoman, your whole body hurts. You're holding and cradling your toe and you're hopping up and down and your whole body hurts because of that one part. So no matter how small the part of the body is, it's very important. Now, this pair of scissors, very effective. It can cut out patterns. It can do a lot of good. It could do a lot of work. But you know what? You know what the most important part of this pair of scissors is? It's not, you would think it's the blade, but it's really not the blade. This is the most important part. I don't know if you can see that. That's the most important part. Why? Because it keeps it together. Without that small part, this is what you would end up with. Totally useless for cutting things. It no longer fulfills its function or its purpose. So it's a very small part. And you know what? You might be a small part of the body of Messiah. It doesn't mean that you're less important. It doesn't mean that you don't have a purpose, you don't have a function. You might be a small part, but you might be one of the most intricate parts there are. You know what? I'm here on YouTube, I'm here online, I've got a website, but you know what? Most of my videos only get, 30, maybe 50 views if I'm lucky. And, very rarely does some of my videos get into the triple digits or even the quadruple digits. And so a lot of people would be discouraged and say, well, I'm going to quit. I'm a failure. Only 30 people are watching my videos. But you know what? Those 30 people's lives matter. Those 30 people's lives aren't important. They're making a difference in that person's life because just them watching it indicates that it means something to them. So you know what? I'm doing something in the body of Christ. I don't want to be totally huge and famous and mega whatever. I'm just happy to reach who I can. And I might just be a small part of the body of Messiah, but I'm an important part because I'm reaching out and I'm touching somebody's lives and I'm helping somebody else on a global scale. And here on a local level, working with local ministries around and speaking in different places, I'm impacting people on a local level. And it's very small, but it may not be on a great grand global scale, but it's important and it's helping people. So you know what? Don't think that you're a waste of space. Don't think that you're a nobody. Don't think that you're not reaching anybody. God's got you where you are, and he made you who you are for a specific task, for a specific purpose, for a specific time. And you might be a small member. You might think that you're a big toe or a thumb, but you know what? You're important. Without thumbs or big toes, we wouldn't be able to function properly as a body. So you are important, and just thank God for who you are, where he's placed you, and just relish and do your very best where you are, where he's placed you in the body. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Love you guys. Shalom and Shavua Tov.